Today I'm going to show you how to knit the peacock's tail stitch. I've already cast on 18 stitches and knit the first 6 rows which form the pattern repeat. I'm now going to show you the first row of the pattern. Knit the first stitch as usual. And then I'm going to repeat 1 yarn over, knit 1 stitch 8 times. So bring the yarn forward for the yarn over and knit the next stitch. So yarn over and knit 1 stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to repeat this, but first knit 1 stitch, then repeat the yarn over, knit 1 stitch 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last is 8. That's the first row. And now on to the second row. For this one, I'm going to purl 1 stitch, knit 15 stitches, and then purl 1 stitch, and then repeat it all again. So start by purling the first stitch, then knit 15 stitches, knitting the yarn overs as well as you come to them. 2, 3, 13, 14, 15, and then purl 1 stitch, and now repeat from the beginning. So purl another stitch and then knit 15 stitches. Twelve, 13, 14, 15, and purl the last stitch. That's the first 2 rows done. After these 2 rows, you can already see the lace pattern start to emerge. And now I continue with the third row. So knit the first stitch, then knit the next 2 stitches together, and now knit 11 stitches. Nine, 10, 11. Now I'm going to slip the next 2 stitches knitwise, so 1, 2, and then I move them back onto the left hand needle, and at the same time I'm going to knit them together through the back loops. So like so, wrap your yarn and pull through. Then knit 2 stitches, knit the next 2 together as usual, and then knit 11 stitches. Ten, 11. And then I'm going to work the next decrease as before, so slipping 2 stitches knitwise, moving them back onto the left hand needle and knitting them together through the back loops. There we go. And finally knit the last stitch. That's row 3 done, and now we move on to row 4. So purl the first stitch, and then purl the next 2 stitches together through the back loops. This is a bit tricky, but first insert through the back loop of the second stitch, and then the back loop of the first stitch, and purl them together. Then purl the next 9 stitches. Nine. And now purl the next 2 stitches together as usual through the front. Purl 2 stitches, and then we once again purl the next 2 stitches together through the back loops. So first insert through the back loop of the second stitch on the needle, hold the stitches in place and insert through the first stitch, and then purl them together. And now purl 9 stitches. Purl the next 2 stitches together normally, and purl the last stitch. We move on to row 5. So knit the first stitch, then knit the next 2 stitches together, and knit the next 7 stitches. Slip the next 2 stitches knitwise and move them back onto the left hand needle, knitting them together through the back at the same time. Then knit 2 stitches, then knit the next 2 stitches together and knit 7 stitches. And now for the last row. You purl the first stitch, then purl the next 2 stitches together through the back loops again. So first the back loop of the second stitch, and then insert through the first stitch, like so, and purl them together. Now purl 5 stitches, 3, 4, 5. Purl the next 2 stitches through the front, and purl the next 2 stitches, and then purl the next 2 stitches together through the back loops again. Purl the next 2 together through the front, and purl the last stitch. You now have 18 stitches on your needle once again, and you continue repeating these 6 rows for the peacock's tail stitch.